Hi friends, welcome to this session on hybrid data management and monitoring for container storages. And thanks for inviting us to SDC India 2021. With me, Amit. Amit.
Yeah, hi all. This is Amit here. I work with Huawei and I work as a system architect. I am also a SODA maintainer. And in this session, I would be taking you through how SODA is taking on this hybrid data management and monitoring system for the container storage.
Thanks, Amit. Myself, Sanil, I'm part of SODA Foundation TOC and working as a chief architect in Huawei Technologies. So today we'll try to understand what's happening in data management in hybrid environment and also on what's happening on container storages and how well we are prepared and what we have in SODA open data framework. So before we getting started, why all these things are happening? So one key point is that the boundaries of on-premise, cloud, and edge, it's kind of fading away. Why? Because it is seamlessly connected. Edge or on-premise or cloud, the systems are coming closer to you and providing much more connectivity seamlessly on your data. And this data explosion, the key reason for this is the data is generated everywhere. And data explosion is a term which is very kind of a cliche today. And most of the people, any data related slides, you can see this data explosion as a word. And every time you search for what's the rate at which the data is growing, it's enormously changing exponentially. So if you see one of the latest reports says that by 2025, this will be 175 zettabytes. So the rate of growth is kind of 60, 70% kind of growth on data. And these are some of the information just to scare all of us that 3.5 billion searches, then this searches will keep on changing, 65 billion messages in WhatsApp. I think all of us are generating a lot of videos, forwards, and so on and so forth. So the data explosion is today is not, it's just a normal thing happening in day-to-day life. And the key point is that most of this data is unstructured. So 80 to 90% of the data generated is unstructured, which just cannot be fit into a particular schema or a database table kind of thing, which is very hard. So that is where things are moving in. And because of this, there are a lot of use cases. On the left-hand side, you can see that connected cars where edge, on-premise, and cloud are connected. To cloud native storage, we'll see more about cloud native storages and container world going forward. And data lifecycle management across edge, cloud, and cloud, when you say it's a lot of clouds, right? Today, multiple clouds, vendors. And multi-cloud data management itself is a big area on data center and just multi-cloud. And the monitoring of your data, because as you deploy on a distributed system, you have to monitor on all your deployments in edge or cloud or on-premise. And there are unifications required, unified object data management or file or block, or where you want to see that the data management can be unified across your deployments, whether it is on-premise multiple clusters or some are in edge or some are in cloud. As a user, you want to provide a service in such a way that it is unified. Now, what's happening in the container storage? Because it's talked more these days about container deployments. So these are some of the recent studies. Even SODA had a data and storage survey 2021 we did, where we see that the container deployments, I'm not talking about the container storage, but container deployments keep on increasing. The highest deployment, the Kubernetes came top, that top 3 positions, Kubernetes Cloud, Hybrid Kubernetes, and Kubernetes On-Premise, has top deployments based on our survey. And there are other industry surveys talking about the application container growth, CAS, container as a service growth, and installed base of container instances. This is very important point. That installed base of container instances is growing more than 60%. It's enormous. And 84% of the container deployments are kind of production kind of scenario. So this is it's a strong indicator towards container deployments of workloads. And how about the container storages? Because the workloads are moving into containers, it is inevitable. You have to support storage system into container environment. And most of the storage solutions, including the vendors, are moving into container-centric solution, full stack based on their products, open source, and other software components. They are trying to build a full stack which is supporting on container environment, which can support hybrid data management, hybrid cloud or hybrid data management. So overall, these things are moving towards storage as a service, and more precisely, container storage as a service. That's where things are moving. So hybrid data management across different environments, edge or cloud or on-premise is important. At the same time, hybrid data management in container storage is very, very important. So you might have already seen the previous session by Stephen from Soda Foundation briefing about Soda ODF. So this is just a refresher for you. The Soda ODF, it's an open data framework. The target is to provide hybrid data management across any environment, on-premise, cloud, or edge. The data management part of it, which is completely open source, and connect the data silos in the sense the solution providers, whether it is from platform or storage vendors, it is fragmented. Where ODF will try to unify and provide consolidated solution and a platform to build your solutions based on your use cases. And it's extensible. It's kind of a plugin model. We try to make it as a plugin model, and highlights its standardization, ecosystem, certification. All these things are part and parcel of this to support the overall ecosystem of software, the storage vendors, platform vendors, or cloud vendors, etc. And what we have in hybrid data management. So on the top, we can see that our view of a very high level view of unified data management API, the controller where the bookkeeping, and we want to support file, log, and object. And you have a storage backend manager to manage edge and edge cloud and core storages. So right now, we have done some experiments on edge, which is available in our GitHub, which is the link is available at the end of the slide. And on premise, we have a heterogeneous monitoring. Amit will talk about heterogeneous monitoring later in this session. And we also have support of Kubernetes, OpenStack, or VMware, any kind of platform to do your data provisioning on premise. And we also have a project called multi-cloud, which can support unified APIs across different cloud vendors. We support more than 6-7 cloud vendors at the moment, which support object, file, and block data management, migration, lifecycle management, a snapshot, and things like that. So hybrid data management, the Soda Foundation ODF is getting prepared to support edge, on-premise, and cloud, and connect these together to provide a seamless data management across these hybrid systems. And how about container? Because we have a very key focus on container data management in ODF. So we already have support of Kubernetes and CSI and more. That's what we are going to listen from Amit going forward. So we have a unified CSI plugin, which also support plug and play of CSI drivers. You can plug in any CSI compatible drivers easily, and it support multiple instances. And also hybrid data protection on-premise to cloud. We have just released in the last release of ODF, which we will listen from Amit on the details of these features. And on going forward, we want to build connecting all our capabilities and build more solutions on hybrid container data management, on disaster recovery, monitoring, lifecycle mobility, security optimization, etc. Now, what we have We will see the details on what we have it in CSI, plugin, data protection, and what is our detailed plan on next. So we'll listen from Amit. Amit?
Hey, thank you, Sanil. Yeah. We are currently living in a container world. So most of the workload are deployed with the containerized technology. So in fact, over the cloud, 60% of the workload currently running are running with a container technology. Now that presents a challenge for storage system so that they can present itself to the containerized workload and they can be consumed by them. Now, seeing this challenge, in the industry came together and created a standard, open standard actually, which say named as a container storage interface, where the storage system writes their plugins and can be used by different orchestrators, container orchestrators basically. So that makes this complete standard a container or orchestrator agnostic. So you just write your plugins and that can be used by any of the container orchestrator available, and if they follow the CSI standards. Uh, Now, Sanil, could you please? Uh, okay, this all container storage system presenting to the consumer storage system is well and good by CSI, but that's again create a overhead in heterogeneous system scenario, where for each and every storage being used need to have a CSI plugin. That makes uh, your resource management tough. You have to have extra overhead of life cycle management of multiple plugins being run over there, their installation, their upgrades, and further, even though this can be managed, the overall management and monitoring will still be harder with this kind of deployment. Now, Soda platform sees this problem and came up. Sandeep, could you please move to next slide? Yeah. So Soda came with a unified CSI plugin where the for the heterogeneous storage system, the operator need to just install the CSI Soda plugins and Soda CSI framework. Now this Soda CSI framework will abstract out all the complexity required for one to manage and orchestrate any volume for different storage system. So the operator do not need to maintain multiple CSI plugins. They just need to maintain the single Soda CSI plugin, and the upgrade and versioning will still be under the maintenance of Soda framework. So that is how the Soda unified CSI plugin made the life easy to manage the heterogeneous system. Now, being said that, along with this, the one of the advantages of using this framework is it comes along with some advanced features like data protection and data replication and also. So wherein, because this complete framework is a unified framework which will be seamless for each and every storage system in the heterogeneous environment, all the features are made available for each and every system. So that means even though your storage system doesn't support the advanced features, it would be made sure by the framework that the feature is available for that particular storage system as well. Let's see, one of the example is your data replication, where the volumes which is provisioned onto the storage system are consistently being copied and pushed to the cloud system. So that's what the data redundancy solution is. So currently in our framework, we have one uh, a solution where for each and every volume provisioned over any heterogeneous system, the CSI framework makes sure that the replication being done and the data being pushed to the different cloud vendors, which is being choose. I mean, the user can choose which cloud vendor you need to push it to. Now, this also presents us a hybrid scenario. So, because this complete framework is once you choose the plugin, it can be deployed in any hybrid scenario, and they will be able to do it seamlessly. So, yeah. Sanil, could you please move to another slide? Yeah. That's all about how the workload and the storage systems are interacting and how the workloads consuming the volumes which is provisioned over the heterogeneous system. But uh, for a system to be running smoothly, we need to have a monitoring system so that the operator or the system can monitor, see the smooth running of the complete system. So that's where soda open ODF framework has created a new project called Delfin, so which creates a unified, intelligent, and scalable resource management system. Also, it is able to do alert and performance monitoring. The key challenge which is solved is each and every storage system has different storage schema, resource schema, as well as the different. It presents the performance metrics and alert system differently. So Delfin create a unified view for all these system, and it can be presented over the different systems as well. So again, because currently there are different workloads consuming needs this data in different way, so it also supports different connectors so that it can be consumed by different workloads. So that is Delfin we have for this sort of foundation. Um, Sunny, can you move? Okay, that is how we do manage a different storage system into the heterogeneous system. But we are here to understand how it can be done for the containerized workload. Basically, how the monitoring can be done with the containerized workload. Now, that is not new. It is already there with the CSI standards. We have one call called node get volume stats, which uh, takes available and use capacity of the volume, how many nodes are there, how much nodes are free available are there, and what is the volume status currently. But um, monitoring is not only about getting the statistics of your volume being provisioned. You need to also see what is the state of your volume is, whether the volume which is provisioned on a node or host is connected with the storage system or not, how your volume is performing onto the storage system, what is the throughput of your storage system. So these are the extra set of advanced features which we need. So the so that's where we need a system which can monitor your storage system along with your the volumes which is provisioned onto the for a workload, so that they can be presented in a single unified way. So also, along with this, there are workloads which do need some information related to alert management as well. So basically, what I'm trying to say is we need to have a system which can monitor your storage system as well as your orchestrate the monitoring of your volumes onto the orchestration containerized orchestration system. So that's where we came up with the idea of creating a project called cloud native intelligent heterogeneous storage system, wherein um, uh, we are trying to make a unified visualization of any cloud native storage. We are trying to make sure that the workload, either it is AI and ML, can use those information seamlessly, and they can do their analysis and create the action. Perform action on top of that. Now, the key highlight for this uh, design is it would work onto the heterogeneous system. Along with that, it would be taking care of your volumes being provisioned onto the different orchestrators. Now, it will have different connectors so that the metric and performance metric, alert management data and metadata are being pushed to your respective system available. Actually, it is exported to the respective system available so that the the workload can consume from those systems, can be stored and consumed from those systems. There will be a data management bit, of course, for different storage cloud native system. So let me just present the whole idea which we are trying to do currently. Now, this is the top view of, 1000 top level view of what we are going to do in Soda. So basically, we will be having Soda CSI plugin and Soda Delfin monitoring system. We are trying to make them cooperate with each other and make sure that it can monitor the workload volumes as well as the storage system collectively and present the complete overall view of the volume to the workload, whether it is running outside the system or it is running alongside the complete framework. So that what I mean with that is, if the system is running outside, they can create a plugin called connector and consume the data from different system like Prometheus and Kafka, and consume it, and then they can do their analysis. And then again, if the complete workload is running inside the orchestration system, so it can directly straight away connect with the Soda CSI, and the same set of information can be fetched from the Soda CSI plugin. So basically what we are doing is a loopback information which can be fed in, and the respective information can be fed out from the system. Now, this is how we are trying to do it. Yeah, so now coming back to our framework, Soda releases. So we have Soda releases quarterly, and requirements are actually being an open source system. The most of the requirements are driven by the community and the end users. The key directions are for this year is container storage and hybrid data management. And yes, a heterogeneous system we by default supports, but the key focus currently is to improve a monitoring system onto the heterogeneous environment. Sanil, do you want to add something more over here?
Yeah, actually, like Amit mentioned, I think container storage in hybrid environment is one of our key focus areas, and we are trying to build systems towards that. So it's the right time to join that because we are analyzing the requirements, design, and trying to build this kind of solutions, extending what we have today, and connecting with other projects in the industry, because there are other projects like Linstore, OpenABS, Zenko, Cortex, Cubase. All these projects are joining sort of foundation as echo projects. So we are working to build that kind of solutions. So if you're interested to work in this latest technologies, working with different open source projects, please join us. Our GitHub information is here, and you can just join the Slack. How to start your contribution? Just join the Slack, say hi. That's where we can get started. and we are here to welcome and support you. And recently we have released Soda ODF 1.4.0 Jerba with good, nice features in container, multi-cloud, so you can, and Delfin, so you can just play with it. The link is available here. We have quarterly releases. The next release will come in September and further in December. So you can also start contributing, joining it. That's all for today in this session. Thank you so much for joining us and listening to us. Amit, you want to say something because they are
Yeah,
waiting for
thank you
lunch.
guys. Thank you guys. It is always a pleasure to present a good idea and get a feedback from the community. And yeah, we do encourage to join us. And yeah, let's just, because being an open source gives us a privilege to work with a different type of developer and community. So yeah, please join us and let's create a better system to work with.
Thanks, Amit. Hey, thanks. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.